Okay, we're back playing Vampire the Masquerade. She turns her attention to you. First, there's the matter of your sire. The person who brought you where Quadir picked you up from last night. Who were they? A Latina woman, very radical, unless she convincingly lied to me. She was special, extraordinary, fucking hot. She had fire, conviction, temper. She just seduced me easily, in fact. Made me think she wanted me. I fell for it, and now I'm here. Feels awkward talking to a room full of strangers about what seemed like a random one-night stand at the time. Not to mention that even though the Latina made an impression on you for sure, her face is already fading from your mind. You realize she never even told you her name. Well, Quadra, does that sound familiar? No, it does not. Or at least not familiar enough. I will continue the search after we're done here. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know her. She tried to kill me. That chick. She rented our room at the motel. Talked to the receptionist. He might know something about her. Unlikely, but regardless. Thank you for that observation. I will investigate this later. What shall I do with the fledgling, my prince? What is your recommendation, my chef? She gets more shrill. The tradition is clear. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. If thou createst another without thine elder's leave, both thou and thy progeny shall be slain. I'm ready to fulfill my duty. Stay your hand for just a moment longer, Quadrille. I'm sure I'm saying his name wrong. I wish to consult my counsel on this. Make sure everyone is in agreement. Of course. He seems strangely relieved. The prince leaves the main showroom and a handful of people follow her out. I'm both surprised and happy to see when I see like a typically male title put on a female, like you run into a king and it's a girl or vice versa. Well, I haven't seen vice versa yet, but like I that feels like forward thinking.
Yeah.
Alright.
What this is from, obviously.
Yeah. You're about to ask Quadrille what all that talk of tradition and council was, but then when the red-haired God damn it. When the red-haired girl... You know what, fuck it. When the red-headed woman approaches the two of you. Sophie?
Sheriff, I was wondering if I could have a word with the fledgling.
Oh, she's less hot than I expected in the visual. What for? She lowers her voice in response.
Come now, Quedar. I don't know how to pronounce it. We all know that what the verdict is going to be. Let me speak to them. You might not have to stain your hands tonight after all.
Her words grab his attention. His face is hard to read. It's like several emotions are struggling for dominance. Anger, sadness, hope, gratitude, resolve. Slight gasp. I'll go get my sword. He steps out of the room the way you came, and you're left in the showroom with the woman in the red dress. She takes you aside, and the eyes of the remaining guests follow. You.
Well then, fledgling, you are in quite the pickle.
Wait, did I hear that right? Did he say about a sword? What did he say about a sword?
Your hearing isn't faulty. We only have a short while before the prince hears her counsel out, and Quedar returns here with his blade. So listen, please. Last night you became a vampire.
Finally someone told me what happened. Thank you! He's like on his knees. Thank Christ for telling me what's going on. Wait, what?
Oh yes, I am well aware of how ridiculous that sounds. It's the reason why we have these nicer words for it. Kindred, being embraced, having a sire. The fact remains.
Speaking of which, have you ever seen Kindred the Embraced? It's highly underrated. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I've never watched that show, but I know it existed.
It was a fun one. The beings called vampires, you're looking at them. They're us.
You're less old than I expected. No, I'm just kidding. You glance around. Some of the guests are still occasionally looking at you, commenting on your hushed tones. Many of the patrons are pale, really pale, most holding glasses of wine. No, not wine. That's not the right thickness. It's not the right color either. You're trying to come up with something sensible to say, but you're drawing a blank. It makes a morbid kind of sense. You drank blood last night, so there's no denying it. And your breathing has not returned. Your heart remains still. A vampire. Two voices in your head start battling for supremacy. One of them slowly begins to put everything that happened since yesterday together. Coming to a conclusion that no matter how insane it might seem, nothing but what she's saying makes sense. The other voice just keeps saying, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" on repeat. That would be me, honestly. I'll be honest.
But what the fuck?
But what the fuck?
You're surprised. This is often how it plays out by design. Quadir, desperately keeping you in the dark and all. If we do nothing, you will be cut down, as surely as day follows night. But I am here to offer you a chance, a way out, under one condition. I will take you under my wing. If you're lucky, the prince will be in a good mood tonight, and your deference to Quadir will work in your favor. She might agree to this, but only if you swear fealty to me. I'm not making this offer lightly. As your patron, I am responsible for you. Your actions will reflect on me. If they reflect negatively, well, I will make sure you face the consequences.
Do you have a hot blonde friend I could be loyal to? No? Okay. Oh yeah, I'm a perv, I'm sorry. Suppose I say yes, what happens then?
You survive, hopefully, or not, depending on the prince's whims. I'm giving you a chance, not a guarantee. But if you take me as your patron, I will be your guide in this new reality, and you will assist me like a child would a sire.
Steps and hushed voices can be heard from the side room. It seems that the prince and her council are returning to the showroom. Quadrille appears from downstairs as well and starts walking towards you.
When you hear the verdict, ask to be spared. I will intervene. Remember my condition.
She flashes a heart-melting smile towards Quadrille, who does not smile back. The sheriff's immaculate suit is now complemented by a curved, oriental-looking metal scabbard fastened with a colorful sash around his waist. It would look vaguely ridiculous if it wasn't surprisingly intimidating first and foremost. Quadrille takes his place next to you and observes as the prince takes center stage again. Loyal kindred of New York City, Camarilla, gathered here tonight, I have made my decision regarding this fledgling. She briefly addresses you. I want you to know that this was not an easy decision to make. For your part, you have not done anything to earn our ire. I do feel a genuine sorrow for what must be done. We are all keenly aware that these nights we need to close our ranks and trust the wisdom of our elders and their traditions more than ever before. There is no place for tolerating dissent when our very existence is under constant threat. Although I acknowledge some of my council's divergent opinions on this, she takes a look specifically at one of the people who left the room before. Rather plainly dressed, shy-looking man whose skin has somewhat healthier tone. He bows his head in deference. I hold the final authority over this fledgling's fate, and I declare that while the embrace might be the sire's responsibility in their absence, it is their progeny that must be punished. The sentence is final, death to be resolved presently. Quadrille? You hear the scraping sound and see that the sheriff has unsheathed his curved sword. It is a beautifully detailed blade, which you expect must be worth a small fortune. Its apparent sharpness makes you freeze up. 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth. His quiet mumble is audible to nobody but you. His eyes meet yours. You note a hint of sadness in his countenance. One that quickly vanishes to give way to grim determination. And he's out to bat. You'll not get another chance to speak up. Oh God, this should have been where I ended the episode. I kind of want to remain silent. Where would this come back? Would it come back to the last decision made?
I don't know. I've never died.
Fuck. Escape the gallery. No.
Run away.
Yeah, you know what? I would. What the fuck was that? Did we miss something really quick? Okay. You make your choice. I'm not going down like this, damn it. Spare me.
Prince, if I may ask you to stay the sheriff's hand for a while longer.
You turned British now.
I like British.
Quadrille looks at the prince, awaiting her response. The sword is still hanging above you, threatening to fall at a moment's notice. Is there something you'd like to say, Miss Langley?
Yes, if I may.
At first the prince looks somewhat annoyed at the distraction, but she stays quiet for a moment, measuring the mood in the room. The bored elites suddenly look at you with aroused interest, some of them dismayed at not seeing the bloodshed, but all intrigued by the unexpected twist. The prince nods. Well, let's hear it. Sophie takes a few steps forward, all eyes on her now, but Quadrille's heavy hand on your shoulder makes it clear you won't take advantage of the distraction.
My prince, while the traditions are clear, I believe that the proper context should be observed in addition to the letters of our laws. This fledgling is a burden, but with proper guidance it could become an asset to our domain.
Am I to understand you're volunteering to take this silent child under your protection?
Yes, I happen to think they might hold a potential that would be unfortunate to waste. I do expect their full cooperation, of course.
Whispers can be heard again. An incredulous voice or two. A hushed, just behead the fucker. Wow, that's not elitist.
Just
Some suppressed exclamations of surprise. Silence! I ask all of you to make a note of this moment. I might be persuaded to bend one tradition in this child's favor, but another will have to be enforced even more firmly in its stead. Until thy prodigy shall be released, thou shalt command them in all things. Their sins are thine to endure. You are certain that a responsibility you wish to shoulder, Miss Langley.
I am willing to guide this fledgling and add a valuable ally to our sect in a time of need, yes. But I would like to receive the right of destruction over them if it pleases you.
Oh, hell no.
This is your choice.
Yeah. Oh, that's wrong. Joystick. I want to say this because I do and don't want to say this because I have no idea where it's supposed to direct me. If I remain silent, like, I'm just leaving it to her.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, this is enhanced stuff.
It's clear. Okay, yeah. Its clear tensions are high. It feels surreal to listen to strangers discussing your death, or second death apparently, and keeping silent. You decide it's for the best to let Sophie handle this alone and not interject. You have no idea how to handle this eye wide shut crowd. How? How are you not sued? You can't reference this much shit. The prince looks at you. Honestly, if I wrote a book, I'd be doing just as much, which I'm trying to do actually. So, the prince looks at you as if weighing your worth. She takes another good measure of the room before she speaks again. I shall grant what you ask. Let it be known, Sophie Langley of the Clan of the Rose will become this fledgling's patron. They shall be considered like sire and child. Miss Langley will take full responsibility for them, and I grant her the right of destruction if she sees fit to use it. Let my intentions be clear, however. If I am to turn a blind eye to one of our most important traditions, on this occasion, I expect it to be beneficial to Camarilla. Substantially so. Stop with the big words! I hope you'll find this verdict satisfactory, Miss Langley.
Of course, Prince. Thank you.
Very well! Sorry. Off with the head!
Well,
I nudged the... No, I didn't. Okay. She turns to you. What is your name, child? Shouldn't I use a nickname? Now you're asking?
which one would you like to do?
I'm so much happier to be louder here.
I'm pretty sure shouldn't I use a nickname lets you change your name, but I'm not 100%.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, they totally just straight up ignored my space. God damn it. Jack Death, Prince. She nods. Welcome to the Camellia, Jack Death.
So now,
Who the fuck names that kid Jack Death?
now, if you go to one of your thingies,
The RZ?
yeah, it'll tell you what those are. What that word means.
Oh, okay. So it's a vampire dictionary. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is much more open than the 3 visual novels I bought this weekend.
Nice.
Now, God damn it. Now this evening's provided to be even more eventful than I anticipated, but with the fledgling's fate decided, I believe our meeting can now conclude. Thank you all for appearing on such short notice. Give my regards to those who could not make it. Quadrille, word of your time before I let you return to your duties. Of course, madam. Prince. Fuck. I'm dead, aren't I? He shoots you a side glance that doesn't leave much space for interpretation. You will be watched. You will be judged. And if need be, you will be punished. The two of them leave the gallery. And hopefully Sophie will talk so I can get my third arrest.
Well, Jack Death, I think we've both already managed to significantly improve each other's evenings.
Man, this Jack Death, not Jack Space Death, obviously. Because the game fucking says so. No.
That's right, Jack
I was
Death.
actually going to fight the other direction, but I blundered.
But let's keep the ball rolling, shall we? I think we should have a toast to our new fruitful partnership.
I don't feel like a partnership. I feel like I'm your puppy now.
You are.
She raises her hand at one of the well-dressed concierges who have now appeared in the showroom to refill the guest glasses. The conveniently handsome man approaches with a carafe of red liquid. It pours into the two tall... God damn it. It pours into the 2 tall glasses. It's blood again. That much is clear. You are in 2 minds about drinking it, but the memory of the last night's hunger makes you wince. You take a tentative sip. You expected the same blandness you tasted a few hours ago, but this one you can actually savor. It's smoky and warm. Makes you think of a cozy cabin in the woods. It does strike you as a strange image for your mind to jump to when drinking human blood, but it is what it is. You've never tasted anything like it.
Do you like it? I think New York City caterers
Yeah, caterers.
have better
Ideas. Just skip the word. Just skip the word.
Ideas about what good blood should taste like.
We're really educated.
I think that's bourgeoisie.
Bourgeois.
Which is like rich people, but it's a word that I have a hard time reading when written down. I think it's Russian or German in origin. Apologies, you must have so many questions. While we're on the topic, perhaps we should start with those related to sustenance.
And we'll continue next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.